Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing. Well, today we're back in beautiful Alaska. We're in Craig, Alaska. We're fishing out of Shelter Cove Lodge. Beautiful resort up here. And standing next to me is Lance. He's the owner of the resort. Thanks a lot, Lance.
Morning, Dan.
Thanks for having us out.
Certainly.
And this is my dad. He came up with a Father's Day gift. Thanks,
Hey,
Dad.
Dan. Thank you.
And Lance, what do you got planned for us today?
Well, we're going to go catch some great king salmon this morning, some halibut and lingcod, and then we'll probably also work on some other bottom fish also, maybe some yellow eye. And you know how it goes up here in southeast Alaska. You never know what you're going to catch exactly.
Yeah, big variety of fish.
Absolutely.
And later in the episode, we're going to visit Neil, the chef here. He's going to show us how to cook up one of the local fish up here, one of his dishes. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing. This week's episode of Sport Fishing is brought to you by Shakespeare, Cabela's, Cajun Red Line, Fluger, Game Saver, Blue Cross of California Foundation, and by Laser Shark, manufactured by Eagle Claw. This is Dan Hernandez inviting you to join me for a fun free day fishing for the kids. We'll be at MacArthur Park April 1st. It's all free to the kids, lots of fish to catch, lots of prizes. So make plans to be there April 1st at MacArthur Park. I'll see you there. I'd like to introduce you to the brand new Eagle Claw hook kits. It's got a great selection of hooks that you need to get started in fishing. There's 3 different styles of kits: inshore, offshore, and surf fishing. And they have a wide selection of hooks, different colors, different styles. It comes with this DVD that shows you all 3 different styles of fishing, shows you how to tie the rigs for that. You can find this hook kit at your local store or visit our website at sport-fishing.com and order one today. If you, your family, or your employees are without health care coverage, there are low and no cost options, publicly sponsored programs, or private health care coverage. In addition to the helpline, residents of California can obtain information about health care insurance coverage by clicking on the Youth Foundation link on my website, or by calling 800-234-1317. Be part of the fun and part of the action here on Sport Fishing. Visit my website and you can see all our upcoming trips. We have both local trips and exotic travel trips. So check out the website today.
My name is Lance Mansky, the director of Shelter Cove Lodge, located in beautiful southeast Alaska in the small town of Craig. At the lodge, we offer a complete package that includes dining, all your boat days of fishing, out here for beautiful king salmon, silver salmon, and halibut and lingcod. Usually our fishery starts around the 1st of June with great king salmon fishing, lingcod fishing, halibut. And about mid-July or so, our silvers start to pick up also. So we'll catch great silver salmon into July, into the latter part of August. After a guest returns from a day of fishing, we have all of your fish, which is custom cut, commercially vacuum sealed, and flash frozen and boxed and ready for your shipment home on your departure. We have a beautiful dining room, which is oceanside, seats approximately 40 guests at any given time. We serve fine dining every night from 5 in the evening till 10 at night. And then also, in addition to the lodge proper itself, we also have an annex, which is our house right next to the lodge, which offers a great family setting also for a little bit more private, secluded lodge experience. If you're looking for a great Alaskan experience, you need to come to Shelter Cove Lodge, located in Craig, Alaska. We have a fabulous staff, fabulous boats, great facility. I hope to see you up here at Shelter Cove Lodge.
Now we're good for halibut. Take your time, take your time. You got them coming up, take your time. Yeah, you got a nice halibut going there. Lift up, wind down. Don't lift so high, you don't lift so high. Just take your time.
Foul hooked. There you go.
All right. You got him lassoed and everything, no wonder.
Yeah. It's not, yeah, somebody else had him lassoed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I should see color here soon. Spread up and down. I see in the boat, he's shaking his head. Not happy. There it is. Oh, halibut. Not too small. Nice little halibut. That's a magic metal jig right there. A little glow in the dark with a red stripe on it.
Fish Fact, brought to you by Eagle Claw.
Looks like we got another nice one on here, Dan. Not sure what he is exactly. He hasn't shown us really what he is. Acts like a silver salmon. That could be a king. See my weight coming up here? About 15, 20 feet out.
Were you down deep or were we?
You know, I hit him about 100 feet, Dan. There he is. He decided to light up there, didn't he?
There he goes. Saw the boat.
Saw the boat?
Oh.
Oh. There he is. Little 5, 6 pound silver salmon. They spend about as much time out of the water as they do in the water. There you go.
So what time of year do you get the big run of these silvers?
Well, I'll tell you what, the big silvers start to show up, you know, here in the next month or so, July, and then really into August. That's when the real big fish are here. In the boat. There we go.
All right.
Not a monster fish, but a real nice one.
Yeah, it's a good fish.
There you go.
A lot of fun. What's the limit on these up here?
For non-resident, six fish a day.
6 fish.
Yep. So most guests usually end up, you know, catching while they're here in 3 days, 18 fish a day. So that's a nice number of fish, and
Yeah.
just a real high quality fish.
There it is. Little silver. Just trying to tire him out a little bit.
What on earth do we got going on? What is this? All right, got
Nice
it.
little silver. All right.
Good looking fish, Dan.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
took me a little
no.
while. I knew I could do it.
Yeah, we're working on a pretty good limit of fish over here.
Yeah,
It's been a
it's-
real nice drift for us off granite here.
Yeah, good bite on this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're going to take a little break from the action here, but when we return, we're going to be offshore a little bit looking for some halibut. So stay tuned. We'll be right back here on Sport Fishing. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Game Saver. You know, the resource that we catch out there every week is very valuable. Using the Game Saver, you're able to keep your fish frozen for up to 2 years. And once the machine turns off, it's all sealed. There's nothing left to do. Just pull it out, throw it in your freezer. Like I said, I've had fish up to 2 years and it works great. Keeps it nice and fresh. I use it for everything, for keeping extra safety equipment, also for extra tackle. Use it all the time for all your fishing gear and look for it at your nearby fishing tackle store.
Hi, I'm Captain Chris Randall, owner and operator of the Indian. I'd like to invite you and your friends to come fishing with me and my expert crew here aboard the Indian. Whether you're interested in a day and a half or 2-day open party trip fishing for tuna, dorado, albacore, or if you have a large group and like to come fish on the Indian, we have a full-service galley complete with DVD player, soda fountain, extremely comfortable boat, an expert chef, stateroom accommodations. We're fully air-conditioned. We carry tons of live bait and have everything you need to make your next fishing trip a great one.
This is Dan Hernandez, and I'd like to tell you of all the places I fish around the world, one of my favorites is the East Cape. And the resort I always stay at is Buena Vista Beach Resort. It's a beautiful place to just get away. It's got awesome fishing, great food, the staff is wonderful. If you'd like to join me down here, I'll be hosting a fishing tournament July 28th through the 31st. It's a fundraiser for my youth foundation. Call the number down below and make plans to join me down the East Cape as we catch lots of fish and raise money for our youth foundation. This week, the Tackle Box is brought to you by Shakespeare, manufacturer of America's best-selling fishing rod, the Ugly Stick. This week in Tackle Box, I want to talk to you a little bit about lingcod fishing up here in Alaska. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in Alaska or in California, wherever there are lingcod, you can use these same techniques. But what I'm using up here in Alaska is artificials. I love to catch lingcod on metal jigs and bucktails. And there's two basic lures I use all the time. Now, if I'm going to use a metal jig, I like to use a magic metal. I like to go with the glow in the dark. And what I might do sometimes is even add some squid strips on here. But I really like the magic metals for down deep water. The glow in dark model works really good to attract the fish. And if I hook a bigger fish because of the welded ring, I don't have to worry about losing it. Now, another popular lure for this type of fishing is fishing bucktails. Now, the bucktails come in different sizes. These are B52s. They go as large as 6 ounce. 4 ounce would be the smallest I would use, but a 6 ounce model fishing in this water from 100 feet, 125 feet is perfect. If you get under 100 feet of water, it's even better. But this works really good, again, going with the glow in the dark. And lingcod really like chrome a lot, so I wouldn't be afraid to use a chrome color. And again, put squid strips on it, or you can match it up with a little piece of rockfish on there. Will work good too. This bounces off the rocks. You just work it vertically straight up and down on the rocks. The lingcod cannot resist it. And if there's a halibut around there too, he'll suck it up too. But I tell you, lingcod really love these B52s. They have the 3D eyes, and with a little piece of bait on there, like I said, squid strip or rockfish, they're deadly on these fish. Now, the reels you want to use for this, for the shallower water, under 100 feet, I like to use something like this, a Fluger contender reel, star drag system. Fill it up with 40-pound, 50-pound Cajun red line. Be perfect to use on an Ugly Stick Tiger rod. If I'm going to go heavier, say anywhere from 100 to 300-400 feet of water, I want to really get a bigger reel. I'm going to go up again with a Fluger reel contender, but now I'm going with a lever drag system. And if I'm going to fish over 200 feet, I'm probably going to add Spectra line to this, top shot it with the Cajun red line, like 60, 80-pound test Cajun red as a top shot on there. You might even want to use 100-pound. Wouldn't be afraid to do that. When you have the Spectra on there, you can get that bait down there in that deep water really fast, and having the Cajun red line on there will help you. It's really good against abrasion on the rocks that you find on the bottom, and it'll handle these big fish easily. And when using these big reels, you want to match it up with a nice heavy rod. Again, I'm looking at an Ugly Stick Tiger rod. Something like this would be a perfect rod to use. Ugly Stick Tiger rod rated for that type of pound test. Again, stay with the Cajun red line. You won't be disappointed. And if you're going to fish over 300 feet, think about Spectra. Put the Cajun red line on top of it. It'll work a great combination. Well, let's get back on the water, show you more exciting action from Alaska right here on Sport Fishing. Just working a jig on the bottom. See what we're using here? Got a Shakespeare, one of the larger reels, level wine. This is a red. This is a Cajun line, but it's a Spectra line. And I'm bouncing a jig on a Shakespeare rod. Got a nicer fish here. Don't know if it's a halibut or a lingcod. I'm fishing about 120 feet of water. Boy, it feels pretty heavy. Let's see what it is. Yep, barely hooked. Barely got the hook in him. Get him out there for Jim. There we go. See the jig there? It's a magic metal jig. This is a jig I was using. It's a magic metal 10-ounce jig. Nice halibut, and you can see the line. This is that braided line. It's a Cajun. It's really nice. It's red color. And you really want to use a spectral line or a braid line like this when you're fishing rockfish or halibut like this at over 100 feet of water. You don't get any stretch like you do monofilament. And the reel's a large Shakespeare reel, worked out really good. All right, Lance.
All right, nice fish. Let's get another one.
Yeah, we got plenty of silvers today. All we need now is a few more halibut. We'll
Sure.
round out the whole trip.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks, man.
You know, it feels like another one of those nice halibut we've been catching here. You know, 20-pound grade, 20, 30-pound grade, somewhere in there. Well, he's a little smaller than we thought he was. I can't believe he ate that big piece of bait that we had on there. We're gonna let this one go. We'll let this one go. What do you think?
All right, I just dropped the jig down there again. Got bit by another halibut. It's probably another one of those 30-pound class, maybe a little bit bigger halibut. Shaking his head pretty good. I tell you, the spectral line of this Cajun braided line is really working nice because it doesn't have any stretch in it. It's not like a monofilament. So fishing the jig, you can really feel the fish hit the lures. That magic metal 10 ounce is really working good. And if you're not comfortable fishing these larger reels, having the level wind on it like this reel has makes it nice and easy. There's my halibut. All right. See, that's the jig we're using, that magic metal 10-ounce jig, glow in the dark, the red stripe. Nice quality halibut. If I could catch halibut like this back in California, it'd be nice.
I can still remember my first ugly stick. Of course, I was just a kid and, yeah, okay, I was a klutz. But my ugly stick bounced back. And better than that, it caught fish. Big fish. You know, I've still got that ugly stick. But today, bought a new one. Hey, careful, careful. Yeah, right.
The Ugly Stick by Shakespeare. America's strongest rod for generations.
Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter, has designed 3 new specialty fishing catalogs for your special fishing needs. Bass fishermen, there's a catalog just for you, featuring all the equipment and accessories you'll need. Walleye fishermen will enjoy the largest selection of tackle and equipment needed for those marble eyes. Trout and salmon anglers, you will be amazed by the enormous selection of gear. You'll be able to spend more time on the water instead of searching for the right equipment. Call Cabela's for your free catalog or shop online at cabela's.com.
From the moment you pick it up, it's love.
Got a winner there.
What?
Got a winner there. It's a fluger.
Fluger Fishing Tackle. Love at first bite.
I'm back on again. Another little silver. It's a lot of fun up here. You never know what you're going to get. You can get kings, you can get silver. You go deep, there's lings here, a lot of halibut. It's part of the fun coming up to Alaska. And you just see how beautiful it is out here. It's just really nice. Here's my little silver. It's a nice fish. A little bit bigger than the last one. There we go. Got him right here. Nice little silver. We're fishing up here out of Shelter Cove Lodge, Craig, Alaska. It's the end of June. Everybody's always asking me what time of year you're fishing. This trip's the end of June, and normally it's a little early for silvers, right?
It sure is. Usually our silvers are running towards the latter part, or mid-August, I should say. First part of August, mid-August. And we're catching these great silvers right now in the last week in June.
And what's nice about the silvers too, that they are really a lot of fun to catch, but what's really neat too, is you get to take so many of them home. You get what, 6 of them per day?
Absolutely. Non-resident gets 6 fish a day, and I tell you what, that adds up some nice boxes of fishing going home.
Yeah, that's really good. All right, man. Well, thanks a lot.
Certainly, Dan. Nice
All right,
fish. Let's
we're
put
gonna-
this one in the box.
We're going to take a little break from the action here. We're going to go back in the galley and visit with Neil, the chef there at the lodge of Shelter Cove Lodge, and he's going to cook us up a local fish dish. Thanks a lot.
All right.
This week, the galley is brought to you by Dan Hernandez Dipping Sauces and the Baja Style Fish Batter. This week in the galley, we're back here at Shelter Cove Lodge in Craig, Alaska, and this is Neil, the chef here. And what do you have for us, Neil?
I have some kebabs with lingcod and diver scallops.
Okay.
But we're gonna do them with fresh rosemary. So what we have here is some grilled scallop and some grilled lingcod. We're gonna take some about 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch chunks of onion and put those on first.
That's just rosemary. That's all.
Just rosemary.
Okay.
Peel the little pine needles off.
Uh-huh.
And we go with a cherry tomato or a grape tomato. Take the lingcod. Thread that on. And then we take a garlic clove and use a bamboo skewer to make a hole.
Just to drill a little hole through it.
Yeah, like a pilot hole. And just thread that on.
Oh, I never tried garlic on this skewer before.
No, pretty good.
That looks
It's fragrant, so it'll permeate everything. That's why the rosemary works so well. One, because it's dense enough to be used as a skewer, and two,
Yeah,
it's
the
very
flavor to it.
fragrant. Very fragrant, and it'll get into everything.
The tomatoes looks good. They taste great, and plus it adds a lot of color,
Right.
which is great. So you already grilled up the fish first.
Right. I just grilled it. Made sure the grill was real hot. Dabble a little bit of oil on it to keep it from sticking. And this one's going to give me a problem.
There you go.
There we go.
Well, it looks pretty and everything too. So this would go back on the grill, or does it
Nope,
go in the oven?
We'll put it right in the oven. We'll put them on with just a little bit of oil, some kosher salt, fresh cracked pepper, and this will go right in the oven.
Now, through the magic of television, we have one already made. So this has already been in there for like 8 minutes.
The rosemary is going to lose a little bit of its color,
Uh-huh.
but everything's still
But you
tender
can
and juicy.
smell the rosemary.
Oh, yeah.
All that. That looks great. So this is a dish. What do you call this?
Call it a spadini.
Spadini?
A spadini, or just an herb kebab. That lingcod is nice and tender and juicy.
Uh-huh.
It's a dense fish, but it's flaky at the same time. It's got a great texture.
And what's neat about this, the way you use the kebab and everything, and the way you use the rosemary, not only are you using it just for presentation and to hold it, but it actually adds so much of the flavor
Right.
and everything.
Right.
I gotta try a little piece of this lingcod. You can taste the rosemary. That's delicious.
Good.
Thanks a lot, Neil. That was good.
Thank you, Dan.
It's a real nice, simple dish you could do at home. You can just start it off on your grill at home in the barbecue or inside the house and throw it in the oven, and that was a whole about 8-9 minutes.
That's it. Quick.
That was
Very
really
quick.
good. If you want to try one of these, come visit Neil here at Shelter Cove Lodge in Craig, Alaska, and he'd be glad to do it for you. Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action here on Sport Fishing.
Nitro.
I fish long and hard. To me, it's much more than just a job. I love to fish. Nothing like that feeling of landing a monster-sized fish. And that's why every time I head out in the water, I spool up with Cajun Red Lightning. Cajun Red fishing line gives me extra advantage because it disappears in as little as 3 feet of water. The fish can't see it, making my bait as realistic as possible. That means I get more strikes and more fish. Cajun Red fishing line outperforms the competition. Get the Cajun advantage today.
Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to introduce you to our brand new product. It's a Dan Hernandez fish dipping sauce. You can put it on top of fish. You can dip your fish in it. It tastes wonderful. Use it for fish or shrimp. You'll really love this brand new sauce. And it's only available at Ralph's Supermarket. Dipping sauces come in 4 great flavors: lemon lime, tropical, wasabi, and sweet and spicy. Make sure you visit your Ralph's Supermarket and pick up a brand new bottle of the Dan Hernandez dipping sauce. It's great on fish.
This week, the tip of the week is brought to you by Magic Metal Jigs and B52 Bucktail Jigs. This week's tip of the week is when you're up here in Alaska, a lot of the fishing they do here is mooching. And what that means is they're going to stop the boat right over the balls of bait and where the salmon are feeding. And lots of time they're backing up to keep the boat in the same area. And you're fishing different ranges. We found out in all the trips up here in Alaska, especially this trip, the kings were hanging out a lot deeper and the silvers we caught up closer up to the surface. So to keep an idea on where you are, it's really important that your reel has a line counter. On the Shakespeare reel, it has a nice little line counter, and it's not really important that it gives you the exact accurate number of what depth you are, but just to get a good idea where you got bit. So you know if you're down at 80 feet or 90 feet, sometimes as shallow as 30 feet. You want to know, and the line counter really makes a big difference. It helps you out a lot. And see the line we're using is a Cajun Red line. We're great up here, caught lots of fish. It was a lot of fun. That's this week's tip of the week. All right, just got another halibut here on the Magic Metal, just bouncing that jig off the bottom. This is a lot of fun. A lot of ways to catch halibut. You can use strip bait, dead bait, or you can fish the big plastics. I like to fish the metal jigs because you never know. You might get a lingcod, might get a nice halibut. Oh, this is a nicer halibut. Here we go. There we go. A little bit better grade there. There we go. All right, nice little halibut.
Yeah.
Well, this is another halibut we got. We had a great day today on the water up here. It's been a lot of fun up here. I hope you liked last 2 episodes, last week and this week, part 2 up here. Beautiful Sitka. Lance and his people do a great job up here. It's Shelter Cove Lodge in Craig, Alaska. We'll be running the phone number really quick here at the end of the show. But thanks again, Lance. We had a great time.
Certainly, Dan. Caught a lot of nice fish.
Dad, you had a good time too over there? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know, you're busy.
We got one beating up right behind you.
We got 2 more going here. Well, I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing. All right, Dad, get your fish.